Hello, rainy day crafting here. I'm just popping back on again. The previous video I did, I made some flowered cards with sunflowers, and I was using, if you remember, if you might not even have watched it yet, the apple blossom from Craft Stash. Nice set. But one of the cards, I just want to show you this. I don't know how well you can see that, with love, but that actually bled into the card, which is a bit of a shame. So I like to make cards that I know they're homemade, but there's an element of you don't want them to look wrong. So what, oh, now I've just mislaid it. Okay, so what I did earlier, so I thought I'd pop on here, but I just want to show you something else I'm doing with some of the spare ones. This Sending Sunshine, I'm thinking, look, pop that on there. Okay, it's all white on white on white, which that doesn't matter. And that instantly makes it look better, doesn't it? So this is where sometimes if you muck up a card, you know, you can rectify. Okay, the recipient generally don't know you've got a muck up underneath something, do they? You know, and because I'm actually a one for using lots of recycling things, you know, they're probably, people might be horrified to think, you know, is my underneath somewhere got a cornflake wrapper or something. Anyway, what I tend to do, if anything, if I put anything like this on here, it needs some weight of some sort on the top. I've got this block that I use a lot. It's an acrylic block, which is very handy for doing your stamping on, and just by putting it on top it keeps it nice and even. Anyway, where I just want to pop on quickly for this, these are the other cards I've done, sort of those sort of now finished, which you would have seen earlier, and I put the Sending Sunshine on there because again the love on there didn't look quite right. Quite nice. Okay, so that's that. Anyway, I had a few left over because I made a few, so what I did was I then cut out some yellow card, not realizing the first one I done that the yellow card I then used had actually, and that's not cornflake wrappers or anything, this was regular brand new card, but basically it's only one-sided. So when I used the die, when you put it through the machine, just remember, if it isn't double-sided, to put it through upside down. So then, because if not, you'd be, does that make sense? You'd be putting it on the same side. So what I then did was stick those on, yeah. So, and then I've ended up with 4, because I'm sort of trying to do these videos quite quickly, and so I do them in lots of stages. I end up with lots of the similar things, you know. So what I'm now going to do is make us some bookmarkers. So what I've got to do here is my laminator warming up. So that ended up being 4 spare ones, so they're quite sort of thick. And let's get rid of them out of the way. I've got a laminator sheet, and literally, as far as I know, I haven't tested this first. Was a hair there? I have got dogs, so I have to be careful of dogs' hairs. So look, oh, look at that, fits perfectly. So 1, doesn't matter which way around they are. 2, yes. 3, or I might space them out. I want to make sure, because obviously the laminator will stick them completely. Hopefully I then saw a hair. Let's just make sure I don't want to be inside there, because it'll be there forever, won't it? So there we go. As far as I know, ooh, I haven't used laminate for a while, although I've had one. This one I've had for absolutely years. They're not that expensive, really. So right, if I think there's a bit of static on that. So let's just bring this in front of you. Here's where the magic-y bit sort of begins. Oops, I'm just throwing there. So right, I'm now going to feed that through there, just carefully. You'll soon, hopefully, to see that coming out the other side. This is one of them things I just have to show you as it is, because I can't do half of it, can I? But anyway, basically, it's making 4 bookmarks. So while that's doing that, I want to show you. I always laugh about I'm a right-o collector. Now, this is my bag. I've got lots of nice new reels of ribbon up there, which is absolutely fine. But you know, when you have things on parcels, or often in clothes, I know they're there to hang your clothes up when they've been washed and things, but I actually find them more irritating the rest of the time. So I collect them all. Okay, that's something different, to be fair. But there's lots and lots and lots of all sorts. Anyway, so some I found up from here earlier. And oh, another little tip, you know, I love giving you some tips. obviously, being in a bag like this, they get a bit wrinkled. If you use hair straighteners, again, don't go out and buy some if you don't. But if you do use hair straighteners, and I've got short hair, just put them on for a few minutes, and put your ribbons through there, because then any sort of wrinkles are gone. So there we go, another little tip. So now here we have, let me just turn that off, put that out of the way, all stuck in there quite nicely. So I want it to cool down a little bit. Then I'm actually not sure, I've got this paper cutter, although I don't actually know, it's a circuit, I think I come from Hobbycraft. I don't know if you can actually get new blades, but I think this blade's getting a little bit worn. So I mean, they're not highly expensive, probably about £15, but obviously if you can get a, do you know what, all the years I've had that, I never knew that was there. I then thought something was loose on it. Well, there you go. You live and learn, don't you? So, okay, measuring tape there. Did even not know that was there. And wondering if there's one on the other side too. Anyway, I'm not sure. That might not cut these. So I might get my big Bertha out, which, guillotine. 2 seconds. Sorry, I'm scrubbing the floor. She's a bit of a big one. Oh, excuse my dust. So then we're going to safety catch. We had one of these in wood many years ago. I think we must have got rid of it. Right, it's about there, I think. Because mind your fingers, obviously. So there's one. Obviously want a little bit of an edge on it, but not too much, does it? Because there's another one. Might actually take that bit off there, look, because it's just, I don't want it to be, it doesn't catch it though, because, ooh, I didn't like that, did it, for some reason? Don't know, I must have caught it on the side. Maybe it's still warm, might have been. Right, let's just do this bit in here in the middle. I can always come back and sort these out in a little while. Right. Let's move these out the way. That one that I just used, I might now try and do it on here just to see if this still works. Because if I ruin it, it's not the end of the world. Right, nice and neat there. Oh, I'm doing that the wrong way around. Hopefully. Like I say, this might muck this up purely because I think my blade's getting a bit rubbish on it. Right, I'll try and hold it right down. Well, actually, that was better than my big thing. Okay, so do I need to cut any of these down? This one's a little bit big there. Now, do you know what? That's sliced through butter then. Okay, right. Let's just hold it so. You want it on the wonk? Perfect. Oh, I'm right impressed. I might even have to just do the other side. Right. I was only going to show you one, but it was me not thinking that was going to work. There you go. Oh, I think I've got a little bit. Hopefully it hasn't come out. Anyway, these are, no, that'd be okay. That's actually right to the edge there. You could put it, I've got somewhere that where, you know, they do the sort of round corners. That's a potential what you could do because it's stuck quite nicely. But what I was then going to do, just get yourself, pop this right in the middle. I sort of tend to do it by eye, so fingers crossed it's in the right place. Not bad. Okay, and then cut yourself scissors. Loop it up. It's a bit like probably trying to thread a needle now, isn't it? Through there. Well, it wasn't too bad at all. And there you have. I say I might just put that through those rounded corners. If I muck it up, don't I? And the corner one here. 2 seconds. Right, let's just see if that'll go in there. Yeah, it's just rounded that a little bit. Hang on, I'm being thick now. I do that sometimes. Oh, no, that chewed that a bit for some reason. Okay, anyway, there you have bookmark. So something else that's then used up those dies that I used. So I'll just show you these again, the cards we made earlier today, which I put the video on up earlier. But again, if you fancy keeping an eye on what I'm up to, I'm trying to do sort of popping on here quite quick things and just ideas, because I mean, a bookmarker, summertime, get them books out, it's all about itself. Looking after yourself, self-care too. Okay, so I'm going to have to just take that off there because I didn't do that. Hang on. So yeah, I could sit and finish all these, but you've got the gist of it. Different colour ribbons, and anyway, there we have a nice bookmark. So thank you very much for joining me, and till the next time, rainy day crafting. See you soon. Cheers.